Check. 1, 2, 3. School is in. All right, folks. It's 5 a.m. Geez, what is the date today? It's already after Thanksgiving. It's the 27th of November, 5 a.m., dark 30, Pacific time. And I'm on my way to work. It's been a pleasure to get up early. That's a miracle. Anybody believe in miracles? Wow. For the past month and a half or 2 months, I've been working a temporary job assignment. It's supposed to last until November. It's supposed to last until July. So, about 7 months now, 7 more months for a company that is going to leave California. Wow, does that remind you of anything? I have a series. It's called California, Will We Survive? And one of my ideas for another podcast is going to be included in that. Again, I've already got about 4 podcasts with that title, California. Will we survive? Wow. And that's just a hint. This one company that's going to be leaving California, there's a couple of aspects about it that's kind of ironic given the times that we're in. Lots of companies leaving California. And we've got this tax thing coming along, and it seems like the blue states, so-called blue states, are getting the shaft, but red states are going to be benefiting from this new tax plan. But anyways, that's just a little hint. But the title of this morning's message, The Bible in a Few Minutes. I've been reading the Bible for the past couple of weeks now. A major Herculean task. Getting from Genesis all the way to the book of Psalms, about Psalms 57 already. So that's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua. Oh Lord, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ruth, Nehemiah. Is it Nehemiah? Yeah, Nehemiah and Ruth and Ezra and Job and then Psalms. Not sure if I mentioned them all, but I haven't gotten to the minor prophets yet. But my goal is to read every book of the Bible starting from Genesis without skipping a book. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to Psalm 119. That's the longest chapter in the Bible. It's also the middle of the Bible. Psalm 119 is actually the middle of the Bible. 66 books. The Old and New Testament includes 66 books. But wow. I got the idea for this morning's podcast from a little video called The Bible in 3 Minutes. And after listening to it, I was thinking, Peter did that. He preached from the beginning, all the way up until then when he was preaching, and thousands got saved. I believe it. 3,000 were added to the church after he was through preaching, starting from Genesis up until then. So, the Bible in a few minutes. In the beginning, God created the earth. He created man, all the animals, and everything. And then sometime later, there's a lot of preaching in between there. Sometime later, the earth was so wicked, that God flooded the earth. Noah and his family were only saved. 8 people on that boat. Noah, his 3 sons, and his 3 daughter-in-laws, and his wife. 8 people. The earth was replenished. And sometime later, Abraham came. He had a son, Isaac. And sometime later after that, Isaac had 12 sons. And then sometime after that, when Joseph spent some years in Egypt, and the known part of the world then was saved because Joseph had a dream. So that was the first time in Egypt that the Hebrews had anything to do with being outside of where they were. So the Exodus happened another time in Egypt. After the Exodus, during the Exodus actually, or during the 40 years, God had prophets. It's not mentioned that much, but we know that the children of Israel, they demanded a king. Well, there's another part in the Bible that I'm going to research because it's still fresh in my mind, but God gave them prophets. And then after he gave them prophets, God gave them judges, which began with Joshua, actually. And then sometime later, the children of Israel demanded a king. They demanded a kingdom, kings. So that was Saul, David, and Solomon. And then it went all downhill from there. Lots of kings doing partial good in the sight of the Lord. And several of whom God was pleased with. And the children of Israel rebelled all the way up until the 400 years of silence where there were no prophets and God wasn't speaking through his prophets. And then Jesus was born as prophesied. And then what we know as the church was created. And now we have churches and we have the opportunity to bring the gospel to the whole world. And basically that's the Bible. And look at the opportunities that we have right now. The sky is literally the limit. We have podcasts, we have blogs, and of course we have live television and live radio. And not only do we have radio, we have another type of radio, which is called satellite radio. So whatever we want to say, it goes out throughout the whole universe and every country in the world. There's probably not a country in the world that is not able, that doesn't have, there's no country in the world that does not have somebody who is able to listen to somebody from anywhere else in the world live, such as this broadcast right here, this podcast. And Jesus is the answer to all of our woes. He always has been and always will be. So, praise God, everybody. I'm just using this few minutes while I'm driving to work. It's about an 8-mile drive. To just, this is my memo. This is my memo for the day. and until I come back with you. So, praise Jesus. That's it. All right, you guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.